if I told you there is a conversation happening right now across multiple continents and hardly anyone is breaking out properly? What if the narrative forming online isn't as simple as it sounds? Across social medias and new platforms, people are reacting to reports of Somalis community facing pushbacks in different parts of the world, from countries in Africa like Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, and others, to discussions surfacing in parts of Europe. Claims being mentioned publicly, fraud allegation, public behavior concern, refusal to assimilate, stricter immigration enforcement, and broader crackdown. Because here is the truth. Many countries right now are becoming more protective of their borders. Immigration debates are intensifying worldwide. And when policy changes happen, narrative move fast, sometimes faster than facts. My name is Faith, and you're welcome back to Chats with Faith. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a conversation. And as always, credit goes to the original creators for every single clip used in this episode. This video is for educational purposes and awareness. It is not meant to hate or discriminate against anyone. The goal is to discuss real challenges and perspective openly and respectfully. We've got more clips and real conversations coming your way, so stay tuned. Let's chat.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
Somalia has been excluded from Kenya's new visa-free travel policy, and many people are outraged. While citizens from most African and Caribbean nations can now enter Kenya without a visa, Somalis have been specifically left out. Both countries are members of the East African community, which makes this decision even more controversial. Kenyans online argue that the exclusion is based on security concerns, but many Somalis view it as discrimination. One netizen commented, "If we are building a visa-free Africa, it must include all Africans." The Somali government states that this issue goes beyond just visas. It pertains to respect, dignity, and whether Somalia is being treated as an equal partner in the region. Should Kenya reconsider this decision?
If Ruto agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya, we are going to the streets. We do.
Two Somalian-born U.S. citizens were arrested at the airport in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as they attempted to go through TSA with suitcases full of cash. In their suitcases, they had close to $15,000. Each of them had international flights. We now know through whistleblowers that work for TSA that for years, Somalian men would show up in pairs about twice a week with suitcases full of cash. Their money would go through TSA, it would be tagged, then it would be approved, and they would go on their way, sending millions, perhaps billions of dollars to Somalia. The whistleblower that I spoke to said he had seen over $750,000 worth of cash. Another whistleblower said she'd seen close to $1 million. And for some reason, the TSA agents, the people who worked at the airport, would just allow this money to go on. We now know that all this money being sent to Somalia is American taxpayer dollars. No one did anything to stop it. No one even reported it. I guarantee you government leaders knew about this. I guarantee you higher-ups in the airport knew about this, and they were probably getting a little piece of the pie. But thankfully, we are on to this. The gig is over, and HSI did arrest these two Somalian-born U.S. citizens with suitcases full of cash heading to Somalia. Let me know your thoughts on this one.
It's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yes, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
one day America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Our goal is to make America Islam. Islamic state.
If President John Mahama agree to take these deported Somalians into Ghana, we are also going to go to the streets, of course. I agree with you, my sister. And you know, sometimes I say that you need to live the African experience to understand certain things. Now we hear what is happening in Minnesota, and we are not even saying that Trump is right or wrong. That is not what some of us are even talking about. But we are thinking, or we are watching how you are coming online and trolling Black Americans and trolling and making fun of whatever is happening. And you have some Africans supporting you to do whatever you are doing. Now they are deporting you. Now they are tracing your IP addresses because you said Minnesota was promised to you 3,000 years ago. We come online to do live streams and we tell you to stop, because if you don't stop, it will affect you and it will affect a lot of Africans. Now it is even affecting Ethiopians. How dare you go to somebody's country? You have some of these diasporans supporting you. At the end of the day, these people are Black Americans. They will not be deported. You will be deported. So to those of you giving these people the energy and the engine to keep doing whatever they are doing, you see that they are supporting them. So do you think you are helping them or you are destroying them? And I don't even understand why is that when people are being deported, their own country doesn't want to accept them. If your own country doesn't want to accept you, why should another country accept you? President John Mahama, share no one yes I mistake we. Somebody who will come to my platform and call me a monkey, I guess I'm a nice monkey then. You see, they are deporting you. And now they are looking for African countries to actually really accept you. I am not saying that all Somalis, I am not saying that all the communities are doing it. But what you are doing on this app and what you are doing on this internet, you even say you don't need our help. So which means we cannot even speak. But at the end of the day, when they deport you, you are coming to our countries. This is not acceptable. If you're Somali and then you are listening. And I know they will come to this video in the comment with their shenanigans. You understand? So if you're a Ghanaian, please listen. Be careful. Let's keep watching and let's keep talking. If they don't know, because I've stopped, I'm not even going live about Somalians again, because they'll come and insult me, they'll come and call me monkey, they'll come and call me weak. You see, and this is what I say, you are only tough online, but when the law catches with you, then you will know where you are going to be. You are here calling people Jarrell, and it is affecting almost all the Africans. And some of us, the sensible ones, when we are talking, you come and insult us. But I don't blame you. You have some Black Americans, you have some Caribbean people who will support you. We are all Africans. At the end of the day, you are going to be deported, and we are going to feel the heat. You understand what I'm saying? A word to a white is enough.
During an interview, some Somalians living in Minnesota said they prefer Sharia law over American law. This has caused some Americans to express concerns about the difference in legal preferences.
Neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. She was asked whether it is right to punish someone who insults Prophet Muhammad. Listen carefully to what she said.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority, you know?
The authority to do that.
Yeah, to do that, yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she is just, she hid the religion, I understand. But she shouldn't pick up the prophet, you know?
Now, this is why some Americans were not happy with the statement they made. People feel that if you're living in someone else's country, a country that welcomed you, offered you safety, freedom, and opportunities, then it's expected that you follow that country's laws. That's what some Americans find frustrating. They believe that while everyone should be free to practice their beliefs, the laws of the land should still apply. Others have a calmer view. They say this doesn't need to cause conflict. If someone feels that American law doesn't align with their beliefs, then perhaps the best thing is to live in their home country, in this case, Somalia, where they can practice Sharia law peacefully, without interfering with anyone else. So here's the question for you. Do you think people should be allowed to follow Sharia law in the community where they live, or should they follow the laws of the country they're living in? This is for educational purposes. Note hate. Every opinion is accepted.
I can go live wherever I want.
Well, then go live in Somalia.
Kenyans, we need to get on our knees. We need to pray. We really need to pray. Do you know why we need to pray? We need to pray that the Somalis in Minnesota, they don't get deported. Please, God, don't let the Somalis in Minnesota to be deported. Just find a way to sweep this thing away so that it will never get here.
Do you think it's normal to operate in somebody's house by force? When the owner of the house tells you to leave, you don't want to, you refuse to leave. And I phone you. What type of disrespect is that one? Baba, do you think this is Somalia? Do you think this is Pakistan or wherever you come from, where you can just, how you can just, you people are literally doing as you please in a foreign land?
They went to march against us, fighting for our children. They went to march. So in this case, you can call your march.
You're not going to hijack our houses. You're not going to hijack the economic space that South Africans are supposed to operate in. We are here to send that message to you, to give that message to you. Panamanja, please, let's not waste time. I agree everything you said according to the agreement expiry. And on top of that, they are refusing to sign or comply. Yes. For transport. Yes. So while he calls the brother, open to us, open. No. While he calls.
This man relocated from Somalia, where they have their Sharia law, where he had the Sharia law that he loved so much. He relocated to the US, where they have their own culture and practices, and started agitating that the Sharia law should be implemented and imposed on the people of the US. And the US government said, we are not having it. They picked him up and gave him a free ticket, yes, back to Somalia. They deported him. And now he's agitating, he's crying that jihadists are after his life. Excuse me. You think you are Muslim enough because you pray 5 times a day? By the time jihadists take over the government of that country that you are, you will realize that you can never ever be Muslim enough. Go and ask those in Afghanistan. Go and ask those in Syria why they ran away to go to another country to now go and be agitating for the same madness that they ran away from. It is because they know that it can never be as bad as they had it in the country that they ran away from. So that is it. So kudos to the US government. Any other person that wants Sharia law should go back to the country where they had it. You cannot go to a Western country and go and be agitating for the same madness that you ran away from in the country that you ran to. So kudos to the US government. I hope other Western states or Western countries will do the same thing. Anybody that is affiliated with anything Sharia, whatever agitation, they should just carry the person, bundle him. Preferably with handcuff, they should send the person back to the country where he ran away from.
So here's the part people don't like to admit. Reputation is fragile. You can build for decades, and one public scandal can undo so much trust overnight. And when you are part of a visible community, especially a minority community in another community, the spotlight is always bigger. That's not always fair, but it is real. So when fraud allegations surfaces, when discrimination claims circulate, when tension already exists beneath the surface, and then people respond to jokes and mockery instead of seriousness, that damages more than they realize. Because people don't separate individuals from identity. They don't say, oh, that was just one person. They say, that's how they are. And suddenly, hardworking families who have done nothing wrong are dealing with suspicion, resentment, and stereotype. That's why internal accountability matters, not because outsiders are demanding it, but because self-correction protects the community for long term. It's okay to defend yourself against false accusation, but it's also okay to say if something is wrong, we'll address it. That's strength, that's leadership. Division grows when pride replaces responsibility, but respect grows when accountability replaces ego. If you stay to the end, thank you so much. These are complicated conversations, but avoiding them won't make them disappear. Kindly like this video, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts respectfully in the comments. Let's keep it honest, but let's keep it productive too. See you in my next video.